iPhone 7 Plus versus Pixel 3 AXL speed test coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Happy Mother's Day. Before you take the moms out though, I got a quick speed test for you. iPhone 7 Plus versus Google Pixel 3 AXL. Let's go ahead and begin with a boot up test in 3, 2, and 1 and see which one can get there first. Now, the Google Pixel 3 AXL is targeted as more of a mid-ranger budget kind of device. The 7 Plus did launch as a flagship phone. However, at this point in time, we have a 16 nanometer chip over here, and the Pixel 3 AXL gives you a 10 nanometer chip. And Apple still sells the 7 Plus at a higher price point than the Pixel 3 AXL, $569, $479. So that should tell you something right there. The Pixel 3 AXL faster on the boot up. Now, these two phones actually look a lot more similar than the 10R did to the Pixel 3 AXL, with the thicker bezels on both of them. However, I do want to go ahead and test the fingerprint sensor because this one has a physical one, as does the 7 Plus. So let's see which one is quicker. Now, I tested this multiple times and I got the fingerprint sensor quicker on the Pixel 3a every single time. I don't know what it is. I think that animation for the iPhone 7 Plus is just a little bit slower to respond. So maybe if we turn on reduced animations, we'll get like something a little bit quicker. But the Pixel 3 AXL seems to have the faster fingerprint sensor every time in my experience. So if you want a faster fingerprint, the Pixel 3 AXL is the winner. So in terms of just the general UI fluidity, one thing that makes up for the Pixel 3 AXL having not the best hardware for 2019 is that the software is just super smooth for this price point. I mean, you're really gonna have a hard time finding a phone that's smoother than the Pixel 3 AXL at the current price point. Now, the iPhone 7 Plus at iOS 12.2, the latest version, still very smooth as well. So I can't say the Pixel 3 is any smoother here, the Pixel 3 AXL over the 7 Plus. But do keep in mind that if you do get the 3 AXL, you're gonna have a very smooth experience. And of course, you know the iPhone 7 Plus will remain smooth. Now, you can see everything is closed out for the Pixel 3 AXL, everything closed out for the iPhone 7 Plus. Let's begin the speed test. Let's go on the clock, 3, 2, 1. And you can see that's the iPhone 7 Plus. Let's go into calculator, 3, 2, 1. You can see that's the 7 Plus again. Let's go into settings, 3, 2, 1. And you can see 7 Plus again. Let's go into App Store, Play Store. You could see that is the Google Pixel 3 AXL. Let's go into Instagram, 3, 2, 1. And you could see that is the Google Pixel 3 AXL. Let's go into Twitter, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Pixel 3 AXL again. Now, I think the iPhone on Twitter has always been slow, so you know every Android wins there. Let's go into Snapchat, and you can see Snapchat on the right for the Pixel 3 AXL. Facebook, and you can see that one was pretty close. It might have been the 7 Plus. Let me know if I was wrong on that one. Let's go into Amazon, 3, 2, and 1. And you can see Amazon first here, look like for the Pixel 3 AXL. Let's go into eBay. You can see eBay for the Pixel 3 AXL. So a lot of third-party apps seem to be quicker for the Android side. Best Buy, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Best Buy first here for the Pixel 3 AXL. Keep in mind that the 7 Plus is still more money than this device right here. Let's go into news on both, 3, 2, 1. Now, this is Apple News versus Google News, so I just want to see which one is quicker, as it's both their competing news applications. And Apple News seemed to be a little bit quicker right there. Let's go into Subway Surfers, 3, 2, 1. And you could see that Subway Surfer seems to be loading up first here on which device. They're both taking quite a bit of time, but looks like the 7 Plus with the win. Now, one thing I noticed is when you're in the game, for some reason, the 7 Plus just looks a little bit smoother. Maybe has better graphics. Probably that's the reason, but still, I mean, the Pixel 3 AXL is still a fun phone to game with because it has that OLED display. But I gotta say that the iPhone series still seems a little bit smoother in gameplay. Let's go into Temple Run, 3, 2, 1. Also, the titles are sometimes a little bit better. So you've seen the 7 Plus was ready to get into Temple Run first here. So wow, I mean, but you got to give this Pixel 3 AXL credit. I mean, for the money they're charging, this is a true winner. Let's go into Fruit Ninja, 3, 2, 1. And you can see Fruit Ninja, a little bit of a weird kind of load right there, but still goes to the 7 Plus. So I'm not surprised here. I mean, the iPhones always do very well in the gaming portion. Let's go into this next game, 3, 2, 1. And you could see I tried this game multiple times. It always loaded first for the 7 Plus, so I do believe that some games are just better optimized for certain platforms. Like developers just put more work into one platform to make sure it runs super smooth. Let's hit right here and let's just get into the game. But overall, once you're in, I mean, both are very enjoyable. They both have nice big displays for gameplay. And one thing I wanted to mention about the Pixel 3a XL, it stays pretty cool under gaming, so that's a good thing. Let's go into PUBG. 3, 2, 1. Whereas the 7 Plus gives you some pretty good performance even though it's an older device. Now PUBG is a game that requires a little bit more power to load, and I found that the 7 Plus loaded this, you know, because I do this test prior to making this video, it loaded it every time over the Pixel 3a XL. So no surprise here, you can see it's way in the lead. Let's hit OK, X, and let's X out of here. Let's start this match. So we're already about to match up while the Pixel 3a XL is still loading the game. So let's hit notice, X out here and start match. So yes, definitely a significant lead here in PUBG, and that could mean the difference between a loss and a win there in the game if you have, you know, struggling performance, as it is an online game where people are battling each other online right there. So there you go. You can see that I think this is a pretty close test. I mean, the Pixel 3a XL won in a lot of tests, whereas the iPhone pulled ahead in gaming. So pretty close here between these two. So what I want to go ahead and do is run through some RAM management. 3 GB of RAM, 4 gigs, to see if we get any reloads here for the 7 Plus. Let's go into Fruit Ninja here, and you can see that was ready to go. Temple Run, ready to go. Let's go into Subway Surfers, that was ready to go. News, let's go into Best Buy, ready to go. eBay, ready to go. Amazon, a little bit of a pause there. Facebook, let's go into Snapchat. Let's go into Twitter, pretty good. Instagram, a little bit of a pause there on Instagram. You can see App Store, Calculator, and Clock. So pretty good stuff there for 7 Plus, 3 GB of RAM. Let's check out the Pixel 3a XL. So it was in PUBG, ready to go. We have Dead Trigger right here. That was also ready to go. And then we have Fruit Ninja. That was a little bit slow. Let's go into Temple Run. Had that open. Let's go into Subway Surfers. Reload here on Subway Surfers. So no, I don't like that. Let's go into News. News was pretty good and ready to go. Best Buy. Reload for Best Buy. Total reload for eBay. We have another total reload here for Amazon. So the RAM management, Google, if you're watching this, we need an update here for the Pixel 3a XL. We have Snapchat, reload here on Twitter. So this 4 GB of RAM doesn't seem to make much of a difference. This phone is not the best at holding a bunch of applications in the background. Maybe we should have put 6 GB of RAM on this phone. And you've seen right there, a lot of the basic apps can reload, but when you start getting to third-party stuff, I think the iPhone did a much better job here in just reloading applications and keeping them ready to go for your usage and multitasking. Okay, so here we are with the final scores, and you can see it's a crushing win in the single core for the 7 Plus with a slight win, well, not a slight, 1,000 points better on the multi-core. The 7 Plus is the synthetically more powerful phone here, at least according to this benchmark application. Now I want to go ahead and open up the camera on both devices because I think that that's an important element of these phones. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the 7 Plus opens it first, but I would take the Pixel 3a XL every day of the week for camera. Although you have a dual camera on the 7 Plus, it is a little bit better here for the Pixel 3a XL. All right, guys, so we've arrived at the final conclusion of this video. And what I gotta say is certain elements of the Pixel 3a XL are faster than the 7 Plus. But I think from a CPU standpoint, it seems like the 7 Plus is still more powerful, even though it's 16 nanometer versus the 10 nanometer here. This is a mid-range processor, is a premium processor, but sometimes the mid-range processors catch up to these premier processors from a couple years ago. But in this case, 7 Plus still seems a little bit faster in some areas, but like the fingerprint's faster on this phone. This phone turns on faster. A lot of your just everyday applications are faster. Gaming is faster for the 7 Plus. Maybe certain elements of the UI is a little bit smoother, but the Pixel 3a XL is a good value. The 7 Plus is also a good value right now, but at the same time, the 7 Plus looks kind of old in Apple's lineup, whereas the Pixel 3a XL just kind of looks like all the current Pixels, even though, the industry's moving away from bezels. Apple has choices that don't have really any bezel. They got a notch, but Pixel 3 XL looks pretty much like the whole lineup. So the Pixel 3 XL feels a little more modern to buy right now than the 7 Plus. So that's it for me. Which one would you go with here of these two? The older 7 Plus or the newer Pixel 3 XL at a similar price point? They're kind of similar in design. They both have bezels and stuff like that. They're both pretty similar in performance, a little bit quicker in certain areas for the 7 Plus. Which one would you choose here in 2019, or would you not choose either? Let us know in the comments section. If you found this video entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click the like button for me. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well, and peace.